Most people believe failure comes from lack of talent, lack of money, or lack of opportunity. But in reality, many dreams die much earlier, long before effort even begins. They die in conversations. They die in explanations. They die in unnecessary sharing. We live in a world where talking feels productive. When you talk about your plans, people listen. Some nod. Some praise. Some ask questions. And in that moment, you feel important. You feel like you're moving forward. But movement is not progress. And talking is not building. A dream is born fragile. At the beginning, it is just a thought inside your mind. A quiet idea that excites you and scares you at the same time. It has no structure yet. No discipline. No proof. Only hope. And hope needs protection. The biggest mistake people make is exposing their dream too early. They open their mouth before their foundation is ready. They place a weak idea in front of strong opinions. And opinions can crush what discipline hasn't yet strengthened. Think about how nature works. When a seed is planted, it is buried. It is hidden in darkness. No one sees it. No one praises it. No one judges it. And that silence allows it to grow roots. Only after it becomes strong does it rise above the ground. Your plan works the same way. When you announce it too soon, you remove the protection. You invite noise into a process that requires calm. The moment you share your plan, people respond based on their own experiences, not your vision. Some will doubt you because they failed. Some will discourage you because they never tried. Some will laugh because your ambition makes them uncomfortable. They don't mean to harm you. But harm happens anyway. Words like be realistic sound harmless, but they are dangerous. They plant doubt. And doubt is powerful at the beginning stage. It doesn't shout. It whispers. It asks quiet questions like, what if they're right? And what if I'm not ready? Once doubt enters, your energy changes. You stop working with confidence. You start working with fear. Or worse, you stop working at all. There is also something deeper happening inside your brain. Scientists have found that when you talk about your goals, your brain releases dopamine. Dopamine is the chemical of reward and satisfaction. It's the same chemical released when you achieve something. This creates a dangerous illusion. Your brain feels rewarded before the work is done. And when the brain feels rewarded, it relaxes. It stops pushing you forward. That is why people feel motivated after talking about their goals but lose discipline days later. They already experienced the emotional reward without earning it. This is why social media announcements often fail. Someone posts, "This year I will change my life." They receive likes, comments, encouragement. And for a moment, they feel powerful. But the work hasn't started yet. The praise comes too early. Early praise creates comfort. Comfort kills urgency. And urgency is the fuel of growth. Silence does the opposite. When no one knows your plan, there is no applause. No validation. No dopamine reward. Only responsibility. Only pressure. Only you and your commitment. That pressure builds discipline. Silence forces you to work instead of perform. It removes the temptation to impress. It removes the need to explain. It leaves only one question in your mind: did I show up today or not? People often say, I like to talk about my goals so people can hold me accountable. But accountability does not come from words. It comes from habits. From showing up daily. From doing the work even when no one is watching. Most people don't need more accountability partners. They need more self-respect. When you stay silent, you build strength internally. You stop relying on external motivation. You stop depending on others' reactions. You begin to trust yourself. And that trust is powerful. Silence also protects your emotional energy. Explaining your plan costs energy. Defending it costs energy. Responding to doubts costs energy. Arguing costs energy. That energy should be used for building, not convincing. Every conversation about your future steals a little bit of the energy meant to create it. Strong builders understand this. They don't waste time describing the house they will build. They lay bricks. One by one. Quietly. Imperfectly. Consistently. Weak builders talk all day and build nothing. Silence doesn't mean secrecy out of fear. It means patience out of wisdom. It means understanding timing. Knowing that not everything needs to be shared immediately. Your dream is not public property. It is not a discussion topic. It is a responsibility. You don't owe anyone an explanation of where you're going. You owe yourself the effort to get there. And here's the truth many people learn too late: the world doesn't respect intentions. It respects results. No one remembers what you said you would do. They remember what you actually did. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is preparation. When you stay quiet, you are not hiding. You are growing. There comes a moment in every journey when silence turns into strength. Not the silence of fear, but the silence of focus. This is the stage where most people quit, because there is nothing exciting left to talk about. No announcements. No applause. No visible success yet. Only routine. Only repetition. Only work. This is where real growth happens. When you stop talking, you start listening. You listen to your habits. You notice your weaknesses. You see clearly where you are wasting time. Silence removes distraction and reveals truth. And truth, even when uncomfortable, is necessary for progress. Working quietly teaches patience. You learn that success is not dramatic. It doesn't arrive with noise. It arrives slowly, almost invisibly. One day looks like the next. Improvement is small, almost boring, but boring done consistently becomes powerful. Most people want transformation without discomfort. They want change without silence. But growth requires isolation. It requires choosing discipline over excitement. It requires staying committed even when nothing is happening on the outside. Think about the strongest people you know. The ones who truly changed their lives. They didn't talk much while building. You didn't hear their struggle daily. You didn't see their fear. You only noticed them when the results became visible. That is not luck. That is silence at work. When you keep your plans private, something interesting happens. You become more honest with yourself. There is no image to protect, no story to maintain. If you skip a day, you can't hide behind words. If you fail, there is no audience to blame. You face yourself directly. This builds character. Silence teaches responsibility. It forces you to own your actions. There is no "I told everyone I would do it." There is only "Did I actually do it?" And slowly, your identity begins to change. You stop seeing yourself as someone who wants success. You start seeing yourself as someone who works, regardless of recognition. This shift is everything. Another powerful benefit of silence is emotional stability. When you don't share your plans, you protect yourself from emotional ups and downs caused by others' reactions. No praise to inflate your ego. No criticism to break your confidence. You remain grounded. This emotional balance allows long-term consistency. Consistency is the real secret people don't talk about enough. Not motivation. Not talent. Not intelligence. Just showing up again and again. Silence supports consistency because it removes pressure to perform for others. You are no longer acting. You are building. At some point, something changes. The work starts to show. Maybe your skills improve. Maybe your income increases. Maybe your confidence grows. The change is subtle at first, but it's real. And people begin to notice. They ask questions. How did you do it? When did this start? Why didn't you tell anyone? You smile. Because you know the answer. You didn't tell them because talking wouldn't have built this. Silence did. This is the moment when words finally become unnecessary. Your results speak clearly, louder than any announcement ever could. Notice how different this feels compared to early sharing. Now, when people see your success, they don't doubt. They don't give advice. They don't question your vision. They respect it. Respect comes after results, never before. Silence also teaches humility. You realize how much work happens behind the scenes. You stop underestimating others' success. You stop judging journeys you don't see. You understand that everyone is fighting battles quietly. This makes you stronger and kinder. And here's the most important lesson of all. Silence doesn't mean staying silent forever. It means knowing when to speak. Timing is everything. Speak when your experience can help others. Speak when your story is real, tested, lived. Speak when your words carry weight, not wishes. Until then, build. Let people misunderstand you. Let them doubt you. Let them forget about you. That freedom is priceless. Because when no one is watching, you can become anything. So if you're working on something important right now, protect it. Keep it quiet. Give it time. Give it effort. Give it patience. Not everyone deserves access to your dreams. One day, your silence will turn into presence. Your effort will turn into confidence. And your work will turn into proof. Until that day, remember this. Work in silence. Grow in silence. Let success make the noise.